Ladies and genitals, with Bitcoin breaking down from its bullish price structure and putting in macro lower lows, with the S&P 500 and the United States stock market shitting the bed, with the total three altcoin market forming a head and shoulders, breaking down bearishly, and with global fears of conflict in the East destabilizing global energy markets, it really seems like the possibility of a true bear market incoming has greatly increased. So I want to talk about why an incoming bear market is fantastic news if you are an investor looking for financial freedom in the space. Folks, if you want to hear more about what it takes to make money in this space, get your mindset correct. And if you want to hear a couple of picks that I think will perform amazingly in a bear market, then folks, do me and you a favor, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. And without further ado, let's talk about what's going on in the market. So folks, number one, let's talk about Bitcoin very briefly here with the price action, because Bitcoin affects the rest of the market. We have finally now put in macro lower lows below $40,000, breaking the bullish price structure that we've had for several months, if not years, of higher highs and higher lows. At this point, the possibility of an incoming true bear market where things go down for a year, then sideways for a year or two, has greatly increased. Now, with that being said, folks, I want to arm you guys with the knowledge you need to succeed in the space, because I'm frankly disgusted with the vast majority of crypto influencers in the space. These people do not know their dick from their ass, and most people in the space are retarded. Folks, there's something you gotta understand. Most people in this space do not know how to think about risk properly and when it makes sense to enter the market. Folks, I see all the time in this space, whenever price is the highest and views get the most views on our channel, that's when all the retail, all the newbies come and FOMO in. Folks, over here at the top is not the time to go click on the Moon Carl's Bybit link and 100x leverage the top. All right, folks, this over here at the tops here, when everyone's excited and everyone's buying, is the time of greatest risk and least reward. Folks, look, me and Messi, we both were on this channel. We had a conversation about this, and so we worked all throughout the night to create an extremely intricate, complex diagram to help illustrate this point about how to go about investing in this market. So folks, this is the highly complex diagram that me and Messin both labored laboriously for days to create for y'all people. Folks, this is when you want to be buying crypto in a downtrend. People need to reverse the way they think about risk in crypto. At the bottom, when something's crashed, is actually the point of least risk and highest reward, because if you are considering something that is of high quality and has long-term staying potential and it's crashed, well, what that truly means is that it's closer to a bottom than not. And if it has longevity, folks, the bottom, the crashes, are the points of least risk and highest reward. When something is pumping, that is actually the point of highest risk and least reward. This is when you want to be selling, folks, and this is when you want to be hodling. Folks, me and Messin have trained our minds so that now when we're at these regions, at these top regions, we get super nervous. We hate being at these regions because we tell ourselves, hey, we're close to a top. It's time to get worried. At these bottom regions, me and Messin, we're checking in between the couch cushions for pennies and quarters to go throw at this market. Because folks, we have trained ourselves to reverse the way we naturally think about risk and rewards. Folks, the tops, when things have pumped, is the point of highest risk and least reward, and crashes are the points of actually lowest risk and highest rewards, but no one else tells you that shit. People will show you their Bybit link to go 100x leverage these tops. We're not doing that shit. In fact, I want to further arm you with tangible tools to help protect you, protect your profit and loss, and give you something tangible to know when it might make sense to take profits on long-term positions. Folks, if you're Cardano, if you're an XRP, if you're in whatever altcoin, I'm about to arm you with an extremely powerful tool that could possibly help guide you as to when it might make sense to take profits on long-term positions. Folks, the daily RSI on Bitcoin, this has been extremely helpful to time when it makes sense to buy bottoms potentially, but more specifically, sell tops. Let me make this very clear. Daily Bitcoin RSI divergences and trendline breakouts have been extremely powerful in the past and likely to also be moving forward in timing the market. And let me show you exactly what I mean, folks. Higher highs in price action paired with lower highs in RSI is what's known in the business as bearish divergence. So folks, you see how there's a higher high in price action, higher high in price action? Well, each one of these higher highs in price action coincide with a lower high in RSI, which is telling you that the uptrend is running out of strength. And so once you have bearish divergence plus price action trend confirmation of bearish trend reversal with a lower high and lower low, that's how you know an impending crash is coming, folks. Look at this. Higher highs in price action, lower highs in RSI, crash. Higher highs in price action, lower highs in RSI, crash. Higher highs in price action, lower highs in RSI, crash. Is anybody noticing a pattern here? Folks, keep this in your back pocket as a tool to help you time the markets. Daily RSI divergences and trendline breakouts. Now, that's for the bearish side. What about the bullish side? Over here, lower highs in price action paired with higher highs in RSI. That's bullish divergence. That's the opposite of what we saw at the tops. And then what happened after? Massive relief rally. Now, it's not just divergences you can look out for, it's also trendline breakouts. If we draw that trendline on our RSI, we can see here clear resistance, resistance, resistance. Clear as day. As soon as we broke out bullishly, it was right here at this point on the daily RSI, and we had a 98% run up in Bitcoin price action. Folks, look out for divergences on the daily RSI and trendline breakouts. Those have been some of the most powerful tools in your toolbox to help time macro swings and macro changes in the market and are likely to be relevant in the future moving forward. Now, in terms of price action here, folks, just to kind of put a bow on things and wrap things up, I do see a potential head and shoulders here with the price target being at around this 10 to 14K region. Not very good, kind of no bueno, folks. Look, guys, this is heavily bearish. The possibility of a bear market is very real at this point. It's a very real possibility that we test the recent lows at 30,000, and if that breaks down, folks, you best believe we're probably testing $20,000 in my most humble of opinions. Until we can spend time above $41,000, best believe that Bitcoin is indeed heavily bearish. Now, I would want to know that we are approaching historically relevant oversold regions on the daily RSI with Bitcoin. So I would not be surprised if in the next week or two we get some kind of market-wide relief rallies. Again, until Bitcoin spends time above 41K, any kind of relief rally that we have is just that, a temporary relief rally. So if we want any bit of hopium, we need Bitcoin spending time getting weekly candles closing, opening and closing above 41K. Until we get that, we are still heavily bearish, folks. And even though we're extremely oversold and could have relief rallies, do not get me wrong, we are heavily bearish, and it is in fact likely that over time we continue to trend down. And cycle timing wise, chart wise, it does make sense that at some point we would enter a bear market, even though we can see short-term relief rallies in the short term. Now, folks, look, I want to hammer home the point that bull markets, when you see all these different channels put out videos talking about this is the next 100x altcoin, that is not actually the time to make the most money, to make the most wealth, to get life-changing gains. The time to find those 100x, 1000x coins, the time to find that financial freedom, that life-changing wealth, is actually in a bear market where you can get coins that are of extreme high quality, that have longevity at an extremely cheap valuation. Folks, it's not just about buying something that's good, that's of high quality. It's about buying something that's good, of high quality, with longevity at a good valuation, folks. The valuation in which you buy something at is a massive factor that will affect your potential return on investment. It's that valuation. What is the valuation you're getting at that is oftentimes left out of analysis when you see all these crypto influencers talking about Solana, talking about Cardano, folks. Guys, like when I see these people talking about Cardano, Solana at their all-time high, shilling it to all these newbies, I'm like, God, so many people are going to get hurt, because it's not that those projects aren't great and don't have longevity. They do. But you're buying at the all-time high, folks. Or if you're buying at the all-time high or close to it, you're buying at the point of highest risk and least reward. Folks, a bear market crashes are the best time to be buying, are the best time to be doing your research. So folks, listen, if we enter a bear market, most people are going to leave this space. Most people are going to stop paying attention. We're going to start getting a lot less views. But you do not want to be the person that leaves because you got burnt or whatever it is. Folks, the bear market is the most important time to be paying attention, doing your research, because the bear market is the time where great projects with longevity crash and enter super cheap valuations. Folks, the bear market, I really want to hammer this home, when things crash, is the time where you want to be paying attention, is the time where you want to be excited. If you find yourself getting excited after something's run up, you are wrong and you need to change your psychology. If not, you will fail in the space. Folks, when something crashes, this is where you want to get excited. And if you're not getting excited, you're wrong and you need to change your psychology, folks. If you're getting excited up here, you're wrong. If you're not getting excited down here, you're wrong. Folks, over here is where you need to get excited. Over here is where you need to start getting worried. Folks, I need to stop saying folks. Listen, just so you guys know, I tried just in my brain, because I used to say a lot, this, that. So I try to replace saying with folks, but now I just say folks way too much, and I'm pretty sure I still say So I'm going to try and actually work on that. I think it might get a little bit annoying, so I'm sorry about that. It's it kind of just serves as a intermediary word to just throw out there while I'm thinking about the next sentence to say. So please forgive me. But look, I want to make it up to y'all with talking about an opportunity that I think truly has 100x, 1000x potential. That is not hyperbole, folks. And I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight. In fact, that 100x, 1000x I'm talking about is very likely going to take years, several years, 2024, 2025, 2026, next cycle, blow off top. And I'm talking about this. I don't know if you guys can see this. I hope you guys can. This is Pulse Chain, folks. Pulse Chain, Pulse X, Hex. Folks, Pulse Chain is by far the most interesting, the most innovative coin project protocol in this space that I'm aware of. For those of you who don't know, Pulse Chain is forking Ethereum, basically beating Ethereum 2.0 to market. Pulse Chain is copying the entire system state of Ethereum, all the coins on it, the way it works, and just plopping it on a new chain with new parameters to make the whole thing run faster and cheaper. Not only just that, every single ERC20 on Ethereum, that means stable coins, that means Chainlink, that means Hex, will be copied onto the Pulse Chain when it comes out. It's going to be the biggest airdrop in history. It's beating Ethereum 2.0 to market. It will have the least friction from bridging liquidity and monetary energy from Ethereum to Pulse Chain, because Pulse Chain is essentially just a copy of Ethereum. I truly believe, folks, that Pulse Chain is the next Cardano. It's the next Cycle Solana. It's the next 1000x. Now, the sacrifice phase where you can get allocation towards this project is over. What one can do if you want to get in is get in on the currently live Pulse X sacrifice phase, where Pulse X will be like the Uniswap of Pulse Chain, where Uniswap is the main decentralized exchange of Ethereum. Pulse X will be the main decentralized exchange of Pulse Chain. So if you want to get into this ecosystem, I highly suggest you consider sacrificing for Pulse X, where if you sacrifice, basically send coins to the address they tell you on the website, you will in return receive sacrifice points, which will lead you to get airdropped Pulse X coins when the project goes live, and then later you can swap your Pulse X for Pulse Chain or Hex for Pulse Chain. If anyone wants to get involved with Pulse Chain, I think that PulseX or Hex is probably the best way to go, because PulseX and Hex are likely to be the most liquid pairs with Pulse Chain, especially in the early days. So that's probably the best way you can get into Pulse Chain. Look, I wanted to give you guys a bit of hopium in these kind of negative times where I'm sure a lot of people are at a loss, a lot of people are really worried, a lot of people are feeling burnt. Folks, like and subscribe, because we're just like you guys. We haven't made it yet. I haven't made it yet. I'm not wealthy at all. I'm not wealthy, but I'm trying to be. The whole point of this channel, is me and Messin, is to study the space. We're students of the space. We're trying to learn just along you guys and share our thoughts, share what we learn, whatever bits of knowledge and wisdom and insight we learn along the way, we want to share with you guys. That's the point of this channel. We're trying to find financial freedom. We're trying to get wealthy with crypto. We're trying to become crypto millionaires. We're definitely not to start, believe me, folks, but we're trying to get there. And so, the whole point of this channel is to share our thoughts and insights to hopefully help other people along the way as well. And guys, look, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoy the fact that I hope you guys appreciate the fact that following the daily RSI divergences and trendline breakouts can help you time macro swings in the market. I hope I help at the very least a few people hopefully get in on the ground floor of what's likely to be extremely high quality projects with very high ROI potential, especially over the long term, folks. So if you want to hear more of our ramblings, and if you want to follow our journey along the space, folks, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. And until next time, take care.